Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuning into Fantasy World Wrestling. This is the debut of Wednesday Night TakeOver. I'm just going to move my camera down here for a quick second and make myself a bit smaller. This is Travel Armless, your internet world champion. And he's going to be opening up the Wednesday brand, the Wednesday show. We are cutting the rope. And you know, we're super excited to see Travel here, who was drafted to the Wednesday brand coming from Tuesday Night Elevation, where he won that title off of King Shabby. But don't worry, King Shabby is doing great. As you saw on last night's main event, the man showed out against Roy Nation, and he's at the top of the throne on TNE as your Tuesday Night Elevation world champion. But it's not about TNE, it's not about TNR. It is about Wednesday Night TakeOver tonight. And look at the crowd, everybody's so amped up and excited, and so are we. Listen, this is such a blessing to be able to introduce a third brand, to be able to expand the roster this deep. On the line, this is Fall Count Anywhere. So you can pin or submit anywhere. Now, this is a guy who's been out of action, but he says the time is now. He is back, and that is Rodney, that dude. Now, we had the opportunity to speak to Rodney backstage right before his match, and he says it's time to remind people of who he truly is. Now, to remind people, Jake McGill is the official referee of WNT with the Irish Whip. Travel Armless reversing Rodney, that dude. You know, we're excited. The atmosphere just feels different here for WNT and Fantasy World Wrestling. Take a look at Rodney. Oh, my gosh. And I know what Travel ate this morning just came up and went right back down. Look at Travel Armless. This guy has really bounced back. You know, we're excited to see what kind of year he's going to have. He used to be at the top of the throne back in 22, fell down to the pits of hell in 23, and now in 24, he's opened up the show so well. Jake McGill with a 1. Just a 1 count, not even a 2. His power. Oh my God! There is blood. I repeat, there is blood. And this could be it. And no, just a 2 count, showing he still has heart and he has might. But now it's time to end all hope for Rodney, that dude. The candlestick to the gut. Jake McGill with the 2 and the 3. Wow, wow, wow. So it seems to me like your internet world champion was going to start off the year right. He refuses to be back at the bottom. And you know what? It makes sense. A guy like Travel Armless wants to avoid being in a place of loss, and he comes out on top to start off tonight's show. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're tuning into Fantasy World Wrestling. This is Wednesday Night TakeOver, and man, oh man, it looks like the future is bright, especially for this brand with Casey Bubble Jones making his way into the ring right now. Now, Casey Jones, this is a fan favorite. How can you not like Casey? With the power of the Jorts invested in him, he will dominate anyone who comes his way. But wait a minute. We told you the future was bright. And this guy, there's a lot of anticipation when we saw him at the tail end of last year. It is Phantasm Wolves. And he's coming in here to the green brand for the first time. Of course, it's the first time. It's the debut of the show and the debut of greatness. But there's another man similar to RTD that says, hey, I've been sitting in the backseat and this is my time to shine. It is Simon Leclerc. Now, Simon is making his way in, and you better drop what you're doing, because Simon is coming out here with a new energy. Jake McGill, the official referee. And Casey Jones and Simon Leclerc teaming up on Phantasm. You love to see it. Casey Jones starting off strong, but Simon Leclerc taking advantage. Against Simon Leclerc, take a look at this double team. Oh my goodness. Casey Jones with the victory. And Casey Jones sneaking in this win, but you gotta admit, this was brutal at its finest. Brutality at its finest. And Casey Jones taking advantage of his resources. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fantasy World Wrestling, where anything is possible. And Demoness is that woman that has impressed the general manager, the chairwoman of the stream, with her dedication, her excellence, her training. Is her improvement that has really caught my eye. And Demoness is coming out here to present WNT's finest. The lady making her debut to take on Demoness, affiliated with Travel Armless, is Cameron Irons. You know, we are super excited for Cameron Irons here on Wednesday Night TakeOver. Now listen, this is a lady that you should definitely keep your eye out for in this women's division, but just in Fantasy World Wrestling entirely. We're hearing there's some great things that are going to come about from Cameron Irons. Here, and Cameron off the top. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful moonsault. This has to be it, and it is. Wow, 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 on her debut, on the debut of WNT. They share something in common. It's greatness on the debut, and you love to see it. This young lady has a bright future. We told you, keep an eye out for Cameron Irons. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're tuning into Wednesday Night TakeOver. Yes, our new brand, our new show. Now, this is a guy who's been in FWW, took some time off, and now is back. We're excited to bring him back. It is the one and only, the big, nasty Cuban Profit. Cuban Profit used to be in a tag team with Rob K. Now, we don't know if Rob K will return to Fantasy World Wrestling, but what we do know is that we have the one and only Cuban Profit. Now, he goes by Big Nasty, and trust me, this right here is going to be that. Going up against a guy also making his debut. This is the debut of Daddy Austin Gray, 6'9". Man, I don't know about these names. Maybe they're both Big Nasty. But who's going to take this one? This could be the start of something new here. Cuban has to be careful. Austin Gray, I guess he's playing vicious. And the Irish whip by Cuban Profit almost went for a spear, but kind of missed it there. And now the Irish whip, Austin Gray, showing his elusiveness. This is going to be enough. Oh my gosh, no. And Cuban Profit is holding on, but Austin Gray is getting aggressive in this match. This could be it. With the 1 and the 2. And no. Cuban Profit showing he has grit. And now the mockery. Austin Gray, no respect. Oh, shit. No. Cuban has to get out. I don't know if he will. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Cuban Profit having a tough start. Take a look at this guy. Austin Gray came out here and decided to take matters into his own hands. So, you know, this is Fantasy World Wrestling. This is Wednesday Night TakeOver. And Tenley is making her way in here right now. Now, you guys know this is King Live Jade's girl. Now, Jade's girl is Tenley, and I'm not even joking. It is Bands Galore. So, Bands Galore is making her way into the ring right now. Now, you guys know this is Elusive's girl, and this is the first time her and Elusive are separated. But, you know, we had an opportunity to speak to BZ Galore. Now, she says no matter what, she knows she has his support and everything that he has taught her. We will see tonight and from this moment moving forward. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, it remains the same. FWW continuing to deliver as BZ Galore seems to be going for something else, decides to change her mind. Tenley gonna make her regret the hesitation. You know, we still here, we still rocking. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is Thursday Night Rush. And BZ Galore picking up the win. Wow, you love to see it. A cage match is what he asked for. A cage match is what he's gonna get. So Brandon thinks he's the new Stone Cold Steve Austin of pro wrestling. He has changed his entire look to fill the role, and he thinks he's the baddest guy coming out of Canada. Well, I find that to be interesting. He wanted a cage match. He's been asking for my Fantasy World Wrestling Universal Champion. Well, I'm here to give you what you want, Brendan. I'm here to give you the cage match you have been asking for. The Canadian Rattlesnake. The most ridiculous thing I've heard about in a long time. Oh, Brendan, you want a cage match? There was somebody who picked up the call to answer the request, and he's been waiting to see what show he was gonna show up on, and it is Justin Paul. So Justin Paul waited for the call. He wants to know where he's going to be. And he saw that Brendan was calling out a good old friend of his and decided to take it upon himself to take care of business. So in this steel cage match, this is the co-main event of tonight here on Wednesday Night TakeOver. Justin Paul is going to do the task at hand. You and I tried to put you in places of success. That just simply wouldn't be true. You beat King Shavy fair and square. Come on now.
Stepping through.
And Justin Paul looking to snap Brendan in half. And the only way to win this match is by escaping the cage. You cannot pin or submit.
He's in a bad way, guys. And he has just taken an extraordinary amount of abuse. And did you hear the impact of that? Gotta wonder if the stamina is there to make
This is not the main event, though, Alex. So, this is the co-main event as JP looks to escape this cage.
And as he continues to climb the side of the cage, you have to think his confidence is starting to build. Fought so hard to be in this position, but he's only halfway to victory.
And it looks like Brendan is on the opposite side of a win as Justin Paul has successfully answered his request. Now, Brendan, if you couldn't get past Justin Paul, who's been out of action for quite some time since losing his TNE Tag Team title, makes you think you can get at your Universal Champion. Just a misfortune that you guys really think so highly of yourselves that reality comes knocking at your door and you fall flat on your face. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fantasy World Wrestling, where anything is possible. And this is Wednesday Night TakeOver. This is the debut of the Wednesday brand. Awesome Anthony makes his way in to support our light heavyweight champion of Fantasy World Wrestling. AJ Wolf. You know, we are excited to see AJ back in action, bringing that title from TNE to WNT. Even changing the color, no longer red, but that beautiful shining green. Now, if you're not familiar with the new Awesome Wolves, you better get familiar. One of the most dominant tag teams in Fantasy World Wrestling, have competed day in and day out for quite some time, have both individually found success on their own. The light heavyweight champion will be a part of this main event tonight. Heavyweight championship, it's a title, I gotta say, so many people take pride in. And this guy right here, somehow, some way, always gets tagged along with that title. Follows that title because he was an amazing light heavyweight champion all the way from Australia. The Australian enforcer, EBE. Looks like EBE is trying to rekindle an old fire, an old flame. Will he be eyeing down what's around the waist of AJ Wolf? It's about to be a bloodbath in the center of the ring. The crowd is hyped, and so are we. Tonight's main event, courtesy of two veterans in the game, two men familiar with the light heavyweight championship. Jake McGill with the one. AJ already trying to disrespect the former light heavyweight champion and EBE, the Australian enforcer. But this one, I'm telling you guys, both of these guys can fulfill that magnitude that we're looking for. And Awesome Anthony always supporting AJ. Now, we had an opportunity to speak with Awesome Anthony before the debut of the show. He says he's going to be chasing things on his own. He says the new Awesome Wolves are going to create something that's never been seen in Fantasy World Wrestling. And when we asked him, what the hell you mean by that? He just smiled. He says him and AJ are eyeing those tag titles that are introduced to WNT, but he also says they are seeking a new success. Now, I don't know what that means, but I can guarantee it's not going to be something good. At least not for the Wednesday brand in the locker room like EBE. Going to put AJ to the challenge, but he's your light heavyweight champion for a reason. Kick to the midsection. Ay, ay, ay. And that's the thing you're going to get out of AJ. AJ moves so quick. And when you look at AJ Wolf, you have to understand you are looking at history. This was the first ever TNR world champion. He was a part of the first ever feud in Fantasy World Wrestling that main evented. He was the first ever Twitch champion / internet world champion. He carried the title for so long and lost it to Awesome Anthony, his own friend. They rekindled that fire as a tag team. Awesome Anthony lost that title to King Shavy. Shavy losing it to Travel. Debuted tonight's show. Times have changed. But when you see these guys, you're looking at veterans who have sacrificed their time. They have displayed their passion, blood, sweat, and tears. And that's what you're going to get out of AJ, but also from EBE, the Australian enforcer. And even the Australian enforcer, EBE, is a man who redefined himself last year like nobody has ever done. The Australian enforcer was nothing but a loser in 2022. Could not win a one match. But in 23, he turned it around. Just the way he did on that 2 count. He identified himself after going through an entire year in 2022 of not being able to win one match. He tried everything, couldn't find the blueprint. Somehow, some way in 2023, he displayed something new. He became a new man with an identity, working hard. That blue-collar mentality led him to become a light heavyweight champion. Now that title is around the waist of AJ Wolf. It seems like EBE wants to revisit those good times again, but AJ with the clothesline. AJ says, no, your time passed. AJ saying, hell no.
He is getting shredded apart right now.
I don't think AJ Wolf wants to let go of that title, but the good times continue to trace the memory of EBE online. Now he's looking to take the air out of the windpipe of AJ Wolf. And Awesome Anthony, not even worried, but watching this closely. He knows AJ. He knows AJ's capabilities. And now look at Awesome Anthony tossing out EBE online. Who the hell does Anthony think he is right now protecting AJ? And EBE can't believe it. And of course, AJ. That's just a part of their strategic plan as a team. These guys know how to work together to win.
And gets tossed back into the mat. And now he's controlling the pace of this one. You can tell he is holding nothing.
Jalen, you can put it in the promo section. If it's too long, then I can give you the FWW email. I'll be sharing it after the show in that section. Be on the lookout.
He's got the answer for that one. He's finally finding an answer.
And Awesome Anthony will do anything to support AJ by all means necessary. If it means he has to drag EBE out of that ring, he will. And AJ Wolf was hoping to get the win and looks back at Jake McGill. You know, Jake McGill has had a bad history with the new Awesome Wolves. Awesome Anthony continues to claim that Jake McGill is the reason why he lost his Internet World title for failing to see the rope break. They do not like Jake McGill. And the Australian enforcer tapping out to AJ Wolf. Wow, wow, wow. And right here during your main event, giving it all he's got, but it wasn't enough. EBE losing this one to AJ Wolf, your light heavyweight champion. Wow.